Picture a shadowy room filled with whirring machines and flickering lights. A team of brilliant minds hunched over tables covered in ciphers and codes race against time to crack an almost impossible puzzle. Their work is shrouded in secrecy, and if they fail, the consequences could be catastrophic. This isn't a scene from a Hollywood thriller. It has a glimpse into the world of Alan Turing and his team of codebreakers during World War II. These unsung heroes of Bletchley Park dedicated themselves to breaking the infamous Enigma code, a task that many believed to be impossible. But their efforts not only helped to win the war, but also laid the groundwork for the digital age. So join us as we uncover the fascinating story of how these brilliant minds cracked the Enigma code and explore the profound impact their work had on our world. Now let's meet Alan Turing, the star of our story. Born in 1912, Turing was a mathematician and computer scientist who would change the world forever. His brilliance was evident from an early age, and he quickly established himself as one of the leading experts in his field. But it was during World War II that Turing's skills would truly shine. When the war broke out, Turing joined the British government code and cipher school at Bletchley Park, where he was tasked with helping to break the Enigma code. At first, it seemed like an impossible challenge. The Germans had developed a sophisticated encryption machine that could generate billions of possible combinations, making it nearly impossible to crack. But Turing was up for the challenge. With the help of his team, he set about designing a machine that could do the heavy lifting, a machine that would become known as the Bomba. But before we dive into the inner workings of this incredible invention, let's take a closer look at the Enigma code itself. The Enigma code was the brainchild of the German military and was designed to keep their communications secure. The machine worked by scrambling messages using a series of rotors and an electrical current. Each letter of the alphabet was assigned a number, and when a message was inputted, the machine would scramble it using a complex algorithm. The result was a jumbled mess of letters that was nearly impossible to decipher. But Turing and his team were determined to crack the code. They knew that if they could do it, it would give them a valuable intelligence advantage over the Germans. And so the race was on. The first step was to gather intelligence on the Enigma machine itself. Turing and his team managed to get their hands on a few captured German machines, and they began to study them closely. They analyzed the way the rotors worked and the algorithm used to scramble the messages. It was a slow and painstaking process, but it was essential if they wanted to succeed. As they delved deeper into the Enigma code, they realized that there were some weaknesses they could exploit. For example, they discovered that the machine's rotors could be set to different positions, and this gave them a starting point for breaking the code. But there was still a lot of work to do. They needed a machine that could test thousands of possibilities. And that's where the Bomba came in. The Bomba was an early computer that Turing and his team designed to test all possible settings of the Enigma machine. It was a marvel of engineering, consisting of several interconnected parts that worked together to solve the puzzle. One of the most important components of the Bomba was the plug board, which allowed Turing and his team to input letters and see how they were scrambled by the machine. Another key component was the rotor bank, which simulated the Enigma machine's rotors and allowed the team to test different settings. With this setup, Turing and his team could test thousands of possibilities in a matter of minutes. It wasn't long before the Bomba started to yield results. In 1934, just a few months after the start of the war, the team managed to decrypt their first Enigma message, and from that point on, the tide began to turn. As the war raged on, Turing and his team continued to refine the Bomba and improve their code-breaking techniques. By the end of the war, they had broken over 100,000 Enigma messages, providing valuable intelligence to the Allies. The impact of this discovery was enormous. Historians estimate that breaking the Enigma code may have shortened the war by 2 years, saving millions of lives in the process. It was a testament to the power of human ingenuity and the importance of code breaking in modern warfare. However, despite the incredible impact of their work, The team at Bletchley Park remained largely unknown to the public until decades later. The secrecy surrounding their work was so tight that even family members were kept in the dark, and many of the team members were sworn to secrecy for many years. It wasn't until the 1970s that the story of Bletchley Park began to be revealed, and since then, the team's work has been celebrated as one of the greatest achievements of the war. Now, the impact of Turing and his team went far beyond the war effort. Their work in code-breaking laid the foundation for the digital age. Turing's designs for the bomb are considered to be some of the earliest examples of computer programming, and his ideas paved the way for future generations of computer scientists after the war. Turing continued to work in the field of computer science, and he made significant contributions to the development of artificial intelligence. However, his career was cut short when he was persecuted for his homosexuality. He died in 1954 at the age of 41, but his legacy lived on. In recent years, there has been a growing effort to recognize Turing's contributions and to honor the work of the codebreakers at Bletchley Park. In 2019, a statue of Turing was unveiled in Manchester, England, and a new museum dedicated to the codebreakers is planned for the site of Bletchley Park. So why should you care about this story? Because it's more than just a historical footnote. It is a reminder of the power of human ingenuity and the importance of investing in science and technology. Before Turing, many people believed that breaking the Enigma code was impossible, but he and his team proved them wrong. Their work saved countless lives and paved the way for the digital age. Can you imagine a world without computers or the internet? Without Turing, that might have been our reality. If you want to learn more about this fascinating topic, we encourage you to check out some of the resources we've linked in the description below. And if you enjoyed this video, please don't hesitate to hit subscribe. We've got plenty more stories of history's hidden heroes, waiting to be discovered. Thank you for watching, and until next time, keep thinking outside the box. You never know what amazing discoveries you might make. Did you find this video interesting? Tell us in the comments. What other historical events would you like us to cover in future videos? We can't wait to hear your thoughts. And don't forget to stay updated on all our latest content. Thanks for watching.